Every day, you make hundreds of small choices that slowly deplete your mental energy. By the time the end of the month rolls around, your willpower is usually at its lowest point, which is why leftover money often disappears into impulse purchases before you ever have the chance to save it. To break this cycle, you have to stop relying on your own discipline. You need to build a set-it-and-forget-it wealth system, a series of automated instructions that capture your money and route it to the right places without you having to touch a button. To build this machine, you only need three things. First, your exact monthly take-home pay. Second, your last 60 days of bank statements. And third, the login to your online banking portal so you can set the rules. Once the system is active, you remove human error from your finances. Your net worth climbs steadily in the background, even when you are completely distracted by the demands of your daily life. The foundation of the machine is a specific mathematical formula that splits every after-tax paycheck into four strict buckets. If you earn $4,000 a month, 50%, or $2,000, is reserved for essentials to survive. 10% goes to a joy bucket for hobbies. The remaining 40% is for long-term security. 15%, $600, is for stability, and the final 25% buys appreciating growth assets. Most people struggle here because they mistake lifestyle luxuries for survival essentials. Takeout, premium streaming services, and designer clothes are not essentials. They are drains on the wealth-building half of your paycheck. By standardizing these percentages, you ensure that as your income increases, your lifestyle scales safely, and your investments grow at the same rate. To make this system work, your current life has to fit within that 50% essentials limit. This is why you need your bank statements. You must audit every transaction to see where your money is actually leaking. Look for the hidden leaks first. Aggressively cancel subscriptions you haven't used in months. Then move to your largest costs. Renegotiate your rent, shop for better car insurance, or consider a more reliable used vehicle to lower your monthly payments. To prevent new leaks, use the 7-day rule. When you see something you want to buy, force yourself to wait one full week. Often, the excitement fades after a few days, and you'll find you didn't actually need the item at all. Every dollar you shave off your essentials category acts as permanent leverage. That freed-up cash is redirected immediately to fuel your stability and growth engines. Next, we build the shield that protects your progress, the 15% Stability Fund. The most effective place to store this is a high-yield savings account, where it can earn interest while remaining fully accessible. You automate this by setting up a paycheck sweep. This is a recurring transfer scheduled for the exact morning your paycheck clears, moving that 15% into savings before you have the chance to spend it. Do not put this money into the stock market or locked accounts like CDs. If an emergency happens during a market crash or while your money is locked away, your safety net is useless. Continue this automatic transfer until the account holds exactly 5 months' worth of your essential expenses. At that point, your stability fund is fully stocked. With this buffer in place, the financial shocks that typically derail most people lose their impact. An unexpected medical bill or a car repair is no longer a crisis that requires high-interest debt. It is just an invoice you pay and then replenish over the following months. While your shield grows, you must also fuel your growth engine. Open a tax-advantaged account, like a Roth IRA or a Stocks and Shares ISA, and establish an automated monthly deposit for your 25% allocation. To avoid the stress of picking individual stocks, use a 3-fund portfolio. This diagram shows a classic split: 60% in a U.S. index like the S&P 500, 30% in an international index for global diversification, and 10% in treasury bonds to keep the portfolio steady. Once the money is in the account, you must toggle the Auto Invest feature to on. This ensures your cash is immediately used to buy assets, instead of sitting idle and losing value to inflation. The final piece is the Joy Jar. Create a separate checking account for that final 10%. This is your dedicated fund for guilt-free spending on vacations, gifts, and experiences. Because the Joy Jar is isolated from your bills and your investments, you can spend it all every month. You know your future is already being bought by the automated growth engine, so you are free to enjoy the present. Your financial machine is now built. Every time you get paid, your money will route itself to the correct destinations without you needing to do a single calculation. The exhausting daily burden of manual budgeting and financial discipline has been removed. You no longer have to worry if you can afford dinner or if you're saving enough for retirement. The system has already handled it. Now that your focus is off your bank balance, you can redirect all of that mental energy toward increasing your income. Learn high-income skills or start a side hustle to pour even more fuel into the machine you've created. Lasting wealth isn't the result of making 1,000 perfect decisions. It's the result of doing the hard work once to build a system and letting the system execute your plan until the goal is reached.